Welcome back to the channel. So finally, after searching for this plant for 2 years now, I finally found an Euphorbia Lactea, common name the ghost cactus or white ghost cactus. Another common name is dragon bones cactus. Now, this cactus is actually not a cactus at all. It's a Euphorbia, so it is in the succulent family, but it's not a true cactus. It has thorns instead of spines. But this is a variegated form. I'll turn it around so you can see the whole thing. Like I said, I've been looking for one of these for 2 years. I could have bought one on the internet, but oftentimes I choose to buy in person so I could pick out the individual plant myself, and I'm very happy. Now this one cost $39.99, so $40. It did not come in this pot. I put the pot into here because it is top heavy. So what I'm actually going to do today is repot this, since I just purchased this about 3 days ago. And I'm going to put it into a much larger pot, much heavier pot. I'll show you the pot that I'm going to use. You can see it already wants to tip over like that. So I'm going to put it in one of my concrete octagon pots. This pot is made out of solid concrete. I make these myself. There's a video on my channel if you're interested to see how I make these pots. You can check that out. The reason why I'm going with such a large pot and heavy pot, the heavy part is because these plants are top heavy. Some people say they grow slow. Other people say they grow pretty fast. In my opinion, this is a faster growing plant than most true cactus. So when they get large, and they can in their native habitat get to be 10 feet tall, or if you have a greenhouse or that sort of thing, they can get to be 8 to 10 feet tall. Being in a house, in a pot instead of in the ground, reaching that height is not really something that's going to happen anytime soon, but they do grow very large over time. So instead of just potting this into a slightly bigger pot and in 2 years from now having to repot it into a bigger one and worry about these branches breaking off when I do so, or hurting myself or hurting the plant, I'm just going to go straight to the much larger, heavier pot so it can stay inside this new home for many years and it won't be top heavy or anything like that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just working some of the old soil off of the root ball. Now, these plants are toxic. If I was to break one of these branches off, it would have a white, milky sap come out of it, and the roots have that silk also, have that white sap also. That is like a latex. It will irritate the skin. You definitely don't want to get into your eyes. So anytime you work with one of these, any Euphorbia plants, as soon as you're done, wash your hands thoroughly. Do not get that sap anywhere on your face or eyes. If you do so, wash thoroughly as soon as it happens. So I'm just taking the soil off. It has a decent root ball. These are, now this is a variegated form. Some people don't even think that they're real because of the way they look like they're made out of white wax. They're just a beautiful plant. And when they get new growth, oftentimes a new growth would be pink. This is all white here, but oftentimes it would be pink and then over time turn to white. They can have different levels of the green marbling in them. So it's just a really cool plant. I won't say a rare plant, but it's definitely not a very common plant. So if you're ever shopping and you see one and it's a beautiful one, you might want to pick it up because you might not have a chance very often to do so. All right, I think I'm happy with that. I'm not going to take all the soil off, but you can see it has a good root ball. Obviously it was taken from a cutting. You can cut every single one of these branches off, let it dry for about a week, and then pot them into new soil, and you will have a new plant in no time. So I'm gonna plant this guy. My soil mix is my normal bonsai and cactus soil mix. 80% turfus, which is the orange baked clay, and about 20% compost and mulch. And what that does is it provides plenty of aeration for the roots so it doesn't rot. It holds a little bit of moisture, but not too much. I'm just going to make sure that the soil's worked in around all the roots. As you can see, this plant can grow in this pot now for many years without one overgrowing, without getting too top heavy and falling over. So that's the reason why I went with this pot at this time. That looks really good in my opinion. Next thing I'm going to do is give it some of my favorite fertilizer, Osmocote Plus, which is a slow release fertilizer. That way every time I water it, a little bit of the fertilizer will work its way down through the roots. I'm also, since this plant has so much white, I'm going to add black gravel to the top of this planting. I just think it would make the plant, highlight the plant even more so. So I'm just going to add this top dressing. Spread that out, see what I have. This is just normal black aquarium gravel, but I think it will also help highlight the beauty of this plant. I'm very happy with that. So, what am I going to do with this plant now? Just like anytime I up pot or transplant a succulent or a cactus, I'm not going to water it for at least 1 week, preferably 2 weeks. That way, if I did damage any of the roots during the transplanting, the plant has at least 1 week to 2 weeks to heal over any injuries, so water doesn't get inside there and cause fungus, which could cause root rot in your succulents and cacti. So I'll wait at least 1 week, if not 2, before I water this plant. I will put it in indirect sunlight during that time. And then once I start watering it, that's where it's gonna stay, is in indirect sunlight. I'll give you a 360-degree view of it now that it's repotted. You can tell this pot is very heavy, which is what I was going for, so it will not be tipping over. And I think you are looking at the front of the plant, speaking currently. So if you have any questions for me, please leave a comment down below or a question. I love hearing from you guys. I hope you guys will subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, so you can see how this plant grows over the years and all the other videos that I put out of my other plants. And I'll see you in the next video.